So the book wasn't in my local Target, so I'm gonna drive, I don't know, like 20-15 minutes to another one. And I guess the guy that stocks up the shelves wasn't here for the books, but the one over there, they have like 7 in stock. And the electronic guy kindly looked for me to make sure so I didn't drive all the way over there and the book turns out not to be there. Okay, so I finished reading this book this morning. It took me 1 hour and 50 minutes in total to read the whole book, and I just guess I'm a slower reader because the audible version I think is like an hour long, and Lily's the one that narrates it. And mentioning the audiobook, I'm going to be giving it away since I have the book and I bought the audible version, and I think that's the easier way to do it because I can just put in your email and you get it right away. So if you're working out, if you're taking a shower, if you're washing dishes, you can listen to this book and get something out of it. So I'm going to probably leave that open for a week, and then I'll select the person that I'll give this book to. And all you have to do is comment, like, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. So enjoy the video. So today, as you already know, we're going to be talking about Lilly Singh's new book, and this is going to be a review from my personal experience and what I recommend this book. Yes. Did I get takeaways from it? Yes. Would you get something from it? I believe so. But then again, it's all about perspective. So I have my water lemonade here ready. It has sparkling water and lemonade. Definitely recommend during this hot weather. So refreshing, very tasty. I also have my notes. So let's get into it. So the first thing about this book that is different from many other books is that Lilly Singh wrote it while she was struggling. She didn't write it in a place of her feeling 100% herself. So as she wrote this book, she was learning everything and implementing everything that she mentions in this book. And I thought it would be a little bit different. She'd give examples of her life and what she tries out, but it wasn't, the book didn't go that way, and that's kind of what I was expecting it to. I really, really love the graphics in here. Like here's some, like every other page has a graphic, and I'm a very visual person and I really liked that part. And the colors are so beautiful, like these green, minty blue. And here it is inside, and here's the front. So the next point is that growing up, she wasn't taught how to love herself and how to build a foundation. So she does this in 4 different ways. Number 1, she has a relationship with herself, the universe, understands distraction, and implements the design. And I will kind of break that down, but you know, if you get the book, it will break it down even more for you. So let's go to number 3. The third thing that I took away was that we're always changing, and so are our goals. We're not the same. And if someone tells us that we have to do certain things by a certain time, it's not true. Because like I said, we're all changing, and that's one big thing that she talks about. Number 4 is that we are perfectly capable people and we're not stupid. And sometimes we think that we're dumb because we face a new obstacle and we're having such a hard time. We're so confused. We don't know what to do. But that's perfectly normal. It doesn't mean that we're not capable. It just means we're facing a brand new challenge to us. And that was a very interesting way to look at things. And she says we need to be more compassionate to ourselves. And number 5 is that we all grew up during different times with different expectations, different points in our lives. We are all just different. And even though we may not agree and we may not have the same opinions, that's okay, and we'll disagree, but we need to accept that from both parties and we'll be good. Another big thing she mentioned was checking in with ourselves. And something she does to help her out is meditation. And meditation can look different for many different people. So from dancing alone in your room to turning on and to lighting up an incense and just laying back and relaxing and being with yourself. It doesn't matter which way you meditate. It's just about reflecting on things, accepting the things that help you, and getting rid of those that you don't longer need or that aren't taking you places, and not letting all your thoughts hold you back, but rather cleansing yourself in a way and letting those things go. So the 7th point I want to mention is that Lilly says when we come into this world, the universe doesn't owe us anything. So if we want to receive something from the world, then we have to give it back. And sorry, there's a puppy crying outside, so if you can hear that, sorry. Wish I could give him something back, like some love and some cuddles, so he's not so sad. But anyway, the way she says we should look at it is as how we look at relationships. But in this sense, we have a relationship with the universe, and the universe is just everybody else. So it's not really like earth and rocks and, you know, solids and elements, but rather seeing the universe as everybody else and every person and every individual. And giving back is really important, and there's so many ways to give back, from donating to charity to giving a helping hand. And she just definitely recommends to give and you will receive. The 8th point is distractions. She talks about how they're everywhere, and the way that we can get out of our head and not let things distract us is by knowing that we're gonna get upset, we're gonna get sad, we're gonna get jealous, and being okay with those feelings and going through those emotions, but not staying with them. So distractions are things that are keeping us away from gratitude. And if we live on a gratitude land, then we don't need to be miserable when facing distractions, because that's what they are. And if we're going throughout our day and something happens, it's okay to have feelings about the situation that is going on. But then you come back and tell yourself what you're grateful for, and you won't need to be miserable and hold on to all those negative feelings. You'll be able to move on and be grateful and look at things in a different way. But it's perfectly normal to be human and have emotions. And the last and final thing that I will say she mentions is knowing that there is no right and wrong. The way that we were raised and taught to follow certain rules and accept what our relatives or everyone tells us we need to do or how we need to be is not true. We have a choice, and we have freedom to decide what we believe is right and wrong. And she makes a joke. She says a lot of jokes during this book, and I loved it. I really loved it, and I loved all her graphics with the jokes as well. But she makes a joke saying that don't run a red light because Lily told you so. So it's much bigger than rules like laws and things like that. It's like things that your auntie told you, or something you read on Twitter, social norms. You don't have to follow those. Follow yourself and be true to who you are, and you'll be a lot more happy and you'll feel a lot more fulfilled. And to add to that, she says to say no to things that don't fulfill you. And that's how she ends the book. And I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend giving it a read. It took me about an hour and 50 minutes to read this. It was such a beautiful, admirable book to look at, because I just love the colors and the illustrations and her jokes. And I think it was a really good book overall. And I hope this review helped you and that you learned something from what I did. And I'm so happy for Lily, and I'm glad that she wrote another book. And I will see you guys on the next one.